Hey friends, it's Wehde here. I am a church planter, an entrepreneur, one of the founders of Trades of Hope. I'm a speaker and I'm a mentor, and I am coming at you today with a mentoring moment, something that God's been teaching me that I'd love to be able to pass on. Hopefully it will help you. One of the verses that I know we all love is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And it's trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding, acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your paths straight. And in the LT version, it's like a little clearer, and it talks more specifically about really making sure that the path that you're on is the path that he wants you to be on. And that's what the verse is saying. But I think we hear it so many times we don't realize God has a plan for your life, and he wants to direct you to it. And I think so often we don't really pray and ask him, like, show me the path, God. And many of you don't know, but recently Mike and I kind of took a new little detour in our life, and we decided that we were going to have some fun and renovate and flip a house with my daughter Chelsea and my son-in-law Ryan. And oh my gosh, they did such a beautiful job on this house. And as we were doing this, I would go to the house and I just felt this incredible draw, like, Mike, we're supposed to live here. And I would go over there and I would just be like, we're supposed to live here. I had no plans of moving. We had no plans at this point in life moving. We know that we are going to eventually want to downsize because we live in a 5-bedroom house right now with 5 kids and being church planters. We had Bible studies there and had a ton of people there. And just the season of our life, we don't need that big of a house. But thought we were a couple years away from that. But it really didn't even make sense to move into this house because it is much older, needs a lot more work. It's actually more expensive, and that was not part of the plan, especially Mike's plan. His plan for sure was downsize on both size and mortgage. But I said, you know what, Mike, I'm feeling this draw, like God wants us to move there. So how about if we just bring our bed over and we'll sleep there a few nights and feel like, does it feel like this is our house? Like God wants us here? Do we have a peace? And we did that, and I did feel it. And I said, well, you know what, Mike, how about if we bring over some of our dishes and a table? And we did that. And I was like, oh, this feels like home. And then I said, well, how about if we bring over some clothes and try it out? And Dawson's with us, and we're living in the house and kind of feeling what it feels like. Does it feel like home? And then about 4 days ago, I woke up and I said, Mike, we're home. We're home. And he said, gosh, Holly, I sure hope so, because all of our stuff is here. So we moved. And I just love how God directs our path. And if you're walking with him and you're praying and you're having regular devotions, you're following in his ways, you can trust his voice. And he does give us those thoughts that come into our mind. You know, if you think like, gosh, I think I should call that person. I know that's God prompting you to call that person if you're walking with him and seeking him, because that's what his word says. And so the coolest thing happened. So in the last, I think we've been here, I don't know, a week and a half. I have so clearly seen why God had us move here. And I didn't know it until we got here. And I love that he let us do it in baby steps. But let me just say, sometimes when we go in 2 baby steps where we say, well, God, show me a little bit more, show me a little bit more, show me another sign, show me this. Sometimes we miss it. And I've missed great opportunity in my life because I was so afraid to step out of that faith that I just kept asking for more and more signs. But God was really gracious with this one, and he did give me more and more signs. So I'm thankful for that. The very first week, I have noticed in this house, we are interacting as a family so much more, playing more games, connecting all throughout the day. Dawson's homeschooled, and oftentimes he would end up upstairs in his room working on his homeschooling throughout the day, playing the piano, playing games. I wouldn't even see him. Mike and I wouldn't see him. And I would always say, Dawson, please come on downstairs, come on downstairs. But he's like, Mom, all my stuff's upstairs. My homeschooling's upstairs. So not a big deal. Wow, was a big deal. I think it was a big deal to God. We're now in this house, and we just feel so much closer as a family. So proximity really has made us closer. And I know for this next season as a teenager in Dawson's life, this was really important. I love that this was super important to God. So important that he would prompt me and Mike both, like, you're supposed to live in this house. There's a reason you're supposed to live in this house. So I just want to challenge and encourage you that to seek God with all your heart. He really, truly wants to show you the next steps in your life. But you need to be asking him, like, bring him into the day-to-day of what's going on in your life. Ask him, God, do you want me to do this job? God, do you want me to go talk to this person? God, do you want me to be a part of this ministry? God, do you want me to start this business, write this book, whatever it is? Bring him into it, because he is the author of your life, created you, put the desires in your heart that he put in you, and he wants to direct you. So ask him, listen for his voice, and then take action to whatever that faith is in your life, and he will bless you for it. So we're at a new address, so if you sent us Christmas cards, I hope they get here. And I'm praying for you. Mike and I are praying for you, that you will live out the life that God's called you to, that you will live out all that God created you to be. Praying for you. Love you.